Timer's ticking. Last chance to hit those likes. Let's get the party started. Yo! Look at that robot go. Look at him. Look at him, man. He's got some moves, man. Look at that one in the back. He's just like pumping his fist. Look at that one in the back. He's just like, let's go. That one in the back is doing the little shimmy. He's doing a nice little shimmy. Look at this one, just kicking his leg. All right. What the hell? How did Bitcoin pump today? Binance was supposed to go under. What the hell? Wait. What? BlackRock? What the hell is a BlackRock? I shorted Bitcoin. What is BlackRock? How does a rock pump Bitcoin? I'm done with this market. We're supposed to be bearish. I'm never shorting Bitcoin again. Ever. What the frick is a BlackRock? Mosh came and said that's not Java. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Maya just looks up at the TV and says, wait, that's not Java. Oh, man. Happy Friday, guys. Happy Friday. Hope everyone had a fantastic Friday. Bitcoin got a nice little bounce finally off the support level we were looking at. So that is good. That is a good sign. We got Bitcoin dominance going to the moon. We got BlackRocks that are pumping up Bitcoin to the moon, apparently. And yeah, that's what we got going on today. So if everyone's having a fantastic Friday, open up your Miller Lights, open up your Mike's Hards, open up your freaking Bud Lights if you drink Bud Light. I think Bud Light is pretty trash. It makes my stomach hurt for whatever reason. Of all the beers, the Miller Lite is the one that does that. Let's see. Type it into Google, but spell it with a C. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't listen to Dan. Dan's a troll, okay? Don't be typing BlackRock into Google with the C. Don't be doing that, man. You know, or you're gonna find some. You're gonna get, especially if you're at work. If you're at work, do not be replacing that R with a C. All right, don't be doing that, guys. You might have a chicken that pops up, right? You might get lucky and have a chicken that pops up, or there's something else that can pop up too if you do that. So maybe a chicken will pop up. What's going on, Scorpion? All right, guys, let's talk some Bitcoin. So let's just start out on the big time frames. So the good thing is Bitcoin has come back down. We know we did break below that 25.2 level. We were being a little bit cautious there, but we did get a nice bounce, and that's exactly what we wanted to see. Now, will this last? We'll talk about that in the short-term time frames. But for what it is now on the weekly, we have wicked below the bull market support band, and now we are back above it, just like that, right? It could change just like that. As you were looking pretty grim below it, now we're right back above. Like we said at the sort of all week this week, it's like, let's see where we end up closing this week. And as of right now, we are still holding those two previous highs from August and February, which is, I guess, is a support until it breaks on a close, right? So still holding it. That looks good. That is really nice. And we can't complain about that, my friends. As we sort of wait to see now, okay, and I put grayscale here earlier. I'm like, dude, why did I put grayscale? But we know, right, if you missed it, in case you live under a rock, get it? No pun intended. You know, the narrative is BlackRock, right? We're waiting to see if this is going to end up being Wyckoff, right? Is this the Bitcoin phase right here, where we're all depressed, we're all like, what the hell is going to go on with Bitcoin here? There's no hope for Bitcoin. As we are at this SOS phase, can we hold the line, and can we get some type of narrative that pushes up to the upside, right? Still waiting to see. Let's find out. But we did get something interesting. I don't know if this is going to have a big effect right away. I think it's more of just a hype narrative at the moment. But you did have, if you missed the news, in case you lived under a rock, which we all live under a rock. This came out last night, which was basically BlackRock iShares files for spot Bitcoin ETF. So that was the news last night. And the funny thing is, and this guy posted it, Eric Balanchunas. I like that last name, man. That's pretty nifty. Balanchunas. It sounds like Valanciunas in the NBA. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Jonas Valanciunas. Kind of sounds like him. But we had BlackRock's record of getting ETFs approved by the SEC is 575-1. So basically, in their whole history, and like we said, put your tinfoil hat on, put your crazy hat on, whatever you want to do. The timing of this is impeccable. They only have lost, or basically not gotten one ETF out of 576 not approved in their history, right? So is Bitcoin going to make it 575-2? We'll find out, but this is something interesting in here. This is not going to happen probably until next year anyways, but you know the hype can kick in. If people know if this is going to get approved, the hype can kick in before it even comes out, right? And when it comes out, it could actually be the buy the rumor, sell the news. But we have this to look forward to, so that's cool. And I think there was a little bit of a, not only was Bitcoin at support, we also got a little bit of news, and sometimes the news can get you kick-started off a support level, right? So that was nice. That was cool. That was really cool. We're not going to play the pump song just yet.
We're going to the moon.
Because we got to break some key levels to play the pump song, guys. We can't play the pump song if we don't deserve to play the pump song. Let's see. Let's see. Jordan's the absolute stud. Steve, you're the stud, man. Steve Lucky is the stud. Dude, is your last name Lucky, or you just call yourself Steve Lucky? Either way, man. I could picture you running around like a leprechaun out there because you're so damn lucky, Steve. Right? I mean, your name is Steve Lucky. Like, how did you get so lucky to have a last name Lucky? Right? You must be lucky. Like, there's no way you can be called Steve Lucky and not be lucky. That is like borderline impossible, if you ask me. Anyways, guys, can we talk about real quick before we sort of continue on, how the Saudis, okay? Remember we talked about the Saudis, and the Saudis, they literally got wrecked. The Saudis, we are going to be smart. Let me play my hype up song. Oh, yeah, we're going to short U.S. stocks and long crypto. Yeah, man, that's what we're gonna do. Our oil price is going up to the moon too. If you haven't seen oil, we are the best traders in here. All right, hold on. Let me get this going here. Where the frick is that? Here we go. We're gonna long crypto, and we're gonna short US stocks, baby. Let's go. You were just talking about that for a second. Like, that was like the worst possible thing you could have done. Like, you couldn't have played it worse. Like, that was literally the worst thing you possibly could have done. Was long crypto and short stocks over the course of the last few weeks. Like that was literally the, like, you couldn't have possibly done anything worse at the worst possible time, probably in history, than what you just did. Like, that was horrible, man. Anyways, let's go back to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, like we said, we did kind of swing fail this low. So we came back down, and as we were dumping it here, we said, okay, if Bitcoin can get back above 25.2, right, which was these two previous lows, if it can get back below, if it can dump below and then get back above, we can call that a nice little deviation. And as soon as we got back above 25.2, we saw a nice squeeze up to our current level, which is about 26,359. Now, guys, don't get me wrong, we're not out of the woods. Like, we got plenty of things to do here. All we're really at is we're back at the 30 and 50 EMAs on the daily, which have acted as resistance on this downtrend. So we're still making lower highs and higher and lower lows still, right? So it's cool. We got a nice little pump, but we got some work to do, right? We definitely got some work to do. And I'm not going to get too euphoric. Euphoric's not the right word. I'm not going to get too optimistic and too like, oh my God, let's go, until Bitcoin can break out of this wedge. We break out of this wedge, let's go, man. We're going to the absolute moon. But right now, right, I mean, we got a nice little move up, but we haven't even made a higher high yet, right? We're still at a lower high on all these daily time frames. It's just kind of lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. Let's make a higher high before we can be like, let's freaking go, man. Let's go, boy.
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
But for now, good stuff. And the hopium line, I like to call this the Bitcoin hopium line, which actually ended up working out. Funny enough, sometimes the most simple things, right? The most simple trend line can sometimes work, where we basically take this January low and then the March low. We just do a simple trend line. And where does Bitcoin get a bounce? It gets a bounce right at the intersection of all these levels here, right? Right at the August highs, right at this upward sloping trend line, right at the basically, I mean, we went slightly below the wedge, but we got back into the wedge. Right back into there, right where they all intersected. Got a nice little bounce, which was nice. Which was very, very nice, if you ask me. But we still got some work to do, friends. All right, we still got some work to do. We're gonna keep getting in there, and we're gonna keep chipping away at some of these shorts that are still in the market here. In the short-term time frames, we broke this downtrend of resistance. So this downtrend of resistance we did break, but we haven't really gotten that move, that convincing move up, right? We kind of broke it. Now we're kind of back testing it. Could we see a little bit of a move tonight? Will we come back below? Will we hold? Let's find out. But we are kind of just sitting above there. We need some more momentum, man. We need some more momentum. This is when we need the Vikings more than anything else, is right now. We need those damn freaking Vikings, man. All right, so for the weekend, all right, for the weekend, because I'm going to be gone. But for the weekend, guys, I'm going to need you in this bitch. And I'm going to need you, whether you're in the Discord, on Twitter, whether you're just at home. I want you yelling at your wife, okay? Yell at your wife, yell at your girlfriend. For the two girls in here, yell at your boyfriend or husband. I don't know what you're going to do, okay? But what you guys need to do, all right, is just yell at them and say, swords and shields! Just do it for me, okay? That's what we need this weekend, all right? So we're going to get a little hype in here because Bitcoin needs our energy, all right? Because it is sitting on top of here. But it needs some energy right now, my friends, all right? Hold on. To my wifes, my 3 wives, soon to be 4. I am going to battle. I cannot take care of you anymore. You need to find a new husband. I am going to battle against the bears, and I may not return. So fight on without me. But I will take my swords and shields and fight for what is right. And that is against the bears. So enjoy your life if I don't see you again. And take care of the goats and the children, because I may not return. All right, enough of the damn Viking. There we go. Enough of the damn Viking. Let's see. John said, I'll stay behind with the baggage train and watch our camp. That's such a John M thing to say. I'm not going. I'll watch our camp. I could definitely do that, man. Man, that would be such a John. I think Clint would do that too. I don't know about Clint, actually. Clint might be the one who's like, let's fucking go. I want to kick some bears nuts. I can see Clint be like, where's my shotgun? I want to just shoot the shit out of these bears. And then John M just going, yeah, don't worry, guys. I'll watch our food. Yeah, and just eat all the cookies and and just do that. But yeah, so Bitcoin's kind of just holding here. Hopefully we can get some movement on the stream. That'd be nice. We haven't had movement on the stream in God knows when. But that'd be super, super nice. Now, the big story right now, guys, and then, you know, not to sound like my guy, Mr. Cowan, okay? Not to sound like him, but you guys know I can kind of agree with him lately. Bitcoin dominance to the moon, okay? Today, Bitcoin dominance, if we go, well, not really today, but this week, you actually have Bitcoin dominance breaking out of a range that we haven't broken out of in over 2 years, okay? This is pretty big. But Bitcoin dominance, we're all kind of guessing this is going to break down and this is going to break up. We have Bitcoin dominance breaking out to the upside, man. All right. Am I surprised? Absolutely not. And I think this is going to continue. I think Bitcoin dominance is going to continue up. On the up moves, Bitcoin is going to move up with the alts, and on the down moves, the altcoins are going to pull back more than Bitcoin, right? And it's just going to be Bitcoin sucking liquidity out of the altcoins, probably for the rest of this year. So for Bitcoin dominance, I think it's at least going to 52% in my opinion. I've kind of had that line there for quite a bit. And then, to be honest, depending on what happens over the course of the next few months, I would not be surprised to see it actually come all the way up to there. But let's start with 52%. Okay, let's start with 52%. Let's get them up here. Hold on. No beer, but this is the story right now, man. This is kind of what I've been saying. At least the last week is like the risk reward right now to me is Bitcoin just makes so much more sense than everything, even Ethereum to me. But anyways, thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse today, guys. Oh, I need to fix the hair for this. Today, guys, we're going to talk about Bitcoin dominance and how I think it is going to continue up to the upside in 2023. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you smack the like, subscribe to the channel, and join intothecryptoverse.com at intothecryptoverse.com. We're having a premium sale that we've been having for 3 years. Okay, let's jump on it. So guys, Bitcoin dominance. It looks like it's broken out of the range, and I think Bitcoin dominance is going to continue up probably for the rest of this year. Okay, so to me, it makes sense just to hold Bitcoin, right? And then transfer into altcoins later on when Bitcoin dominance gets up to one of these resistance levels. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Bye. There we go. Everyone hates, not hates Ben Cowan, but like everyone's like, no. But yeah, this is the big thing we got to look at here, and I think it makes perfect sense. And you know, I think this is going to continue up, in my personal opinion, especially now that we broke out of the range. Definitely think this is going to continue up. So that's about where we're at on this. We've been talking about this the last few days, and I know it's like, once again, I know it's not what I want to hear, but Bitcoin to me has more upside potential at the moment, and it's less risky, right? So for me, Bitcoin is the way at the current moment. And because I still think, and I've been saying this for a little bit here, is even if Bitcoin gets a move up here, right? And I've sort of been talking about this. Like, even if Bitcoin gets a move up into here, right? Something like this, right? And it gets up into here, I still think the altcoins, right, are gonna still be, right? So let's bring up like Uniswap, right? Uniswap, which I like Uniswap, by the way. But here's where we're at, right? After breaking the support, even if Bitcoin gets a move up higher, I still think like DOT will just do this. You know what I mean? Like, it's just going to be basically where it is, whatever. And I still think you can get into altcoins later on. That's kind of still my take. And I'm kind of going to stick by that unless we see some like crazy alt season out of nowhere, which would be insane. Let's do it. I'm still going to stick by with the whole mantra of, for me, it makes sense to be in Bitcoin at the moment and then transfer money into altcoins later on. I'm going to stick by that. So that's about where we're at with that. Enough about Bitcoin dominance. I'm sure everyone's sick about hearing about Bitcoin dominance.
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
It's going to strap up and go to the moon. Let's see. John said, got to give Ben credit. When he ends a stream, he ends a stream. Bye. Bye. Oh, Lord. Inverse stock market pump. Yeah, the stock market's got a little bit of a pullback today. And now you're seeing Bitcoin, I guess, at least attempt, right? I mean, we haven't really gone anywhere just yet, so let's kind of pump the brakes a little bit. But at least it's attempting now, as it's interesting, right? It's kind of been, okay, stocks have gone up, Bitcoin's gone down, and of course, the one day that the NASDAQ has a red day, Bitcoin has a green day. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's almost like this shit doesn't exist anymore. I think it still does, but yeah, that's where we're at. Bitcoin, I mean, it's at 26,300. We got some work to do to get higher, but some good stuff going on in there. As far as Ethereum, have we reclaimed the bull market support band yet? No. I would like to close the week above this bull market support band. I still think that's possible if Bitcoin can squeeze a little bit higher in here. Still think it's possible that Ethereum can squeeze up into the bull market support band, but I want to hold in that bitch. But just like Bitcoin, if we go over to the daily, where did Ethereum get a bounce? It got a bounce off the hopium line, baby. Let's go. It got a bounce off the hopium line. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touches on this. We like dipped below, but we got back above. So the what I like to call the hopium line, at least for now, has held, which is nice. Which is really, really nice. And we actually dipped, same thing as Bitcoin, we dipped below these previous highs here, right? So this high, this high, this high, this high. We dipped below all these highs, and then we got back above, right? So a little bit of a deviation in there, but good stuff, good stuff. Some of the indicators, once again, it's like the indicators are mostly bottomed out on the daily and above for pretty much everything. So you got those going for you too. So, but that's where we're at with Ethereum. We're going to see if we can get a nice little bouncy bounce in there for Ethereum. But sort of just a waiting game on Ethereum now to say, okay, was that it? Right? Was that it to the downside? Are we just following the same trend of just higher highs and higher lows? And are we about to continue to the upside? That's the question in here. But we got work to do on, like I said, on Bitcoin and Ethereum still. But good stuff going on in there, at least holding the line for another week for now, right? Oh, man. Who we got? Will BlackRock get the ETF? That's the big question. I don't know. I know everyone's going to have an opinion, right? Where's my guy, horse guy? No, they will not get it. They will not get the ETF. I want to buy crypto lower. They will not get it. I'm telling you guys, BlackRock will get denied by the SEC because I want to buy Bitcoin lower. Yes, that is why. And then the other guy, right, the bull will say, right, what will the bull say? The bull will say, yeah, of course they're going to accept it. Of course. Of course they will. All right? BlackRock never Just depends on your bias, right? I don't know. You never really know. But I will say, if anyone would get approved, it would be BlackRock. If anyone would get approved, it would be BlackRock. Just know, usually with these ETFs, it's and if you guys know, right? If you guys know from the last bull market, from 2017, I know this would be technically a spot ETF, which is much different than a futures ETF. But if like the rumor is more bullish than the news, right? The rumor is more bullish than the news. So like if this gets approved, I think the bullish time would be in between it gets approved and when it gets launched. Because if you guys remember, what was the time? Like we don't know, right? We don't know. We can all guess yes or no, and in real reality, no one knows, right? So let's not act like in here like we know, right? But what we'll say is, if it did, you would get a run before it launched. If you guys remember, we had futures ETF, right? Get launched right at the top right here for Bitcoin in October of 2021, right before the highs, marked the top, right? I think it was right during this week of October 18th. You had, I forget what exactly futures ETF, but you had a futures ETF come out right there. That marked the top. And then in 2017, we had an ETF actually launch right here, and that actually marked the top as well, right? So a lot of times, everyone's like, oh my God, it's going to be bullish when it comes out. A lot of times these, which I know futures and spot is different, but a lot of times these actually can be top signals when they actually do get released. So just make sure you're aware of that. The rumor's sometimes more bullish than the news. So make sure you guys are aware of that. But we don't know, right? We don't know. We can all speculate on it, if it will happen or if it will not will happen. You just have to wait and see. But the hype of it possibly happening is a good thing. Any type of excitement in this space is needed right now. So if we get any excitement from that even being a possibility, that is definitely a good sign. Definitely a good sign. Let's see. Jordan said he should fear 15. Oh, yesterday I said I'm neutral on Bitcoin. I don't really respect right here, man. Right? Because Bitcoin's at support, right? But there's a lot of things going on in the space. So I said I was neutral on Bitcoin yesterday. Altcoins, I'm still bearish. That hasn't changed. You know what I mean? Like, okay, alts pumped 3% today. Woo! Right? Okay. You know what I mean? So that's still my take on that. I'm still I still want to see a little bit more out of Bitcoin. I'm still kind of neutral on Bitcoin, right? I'm neutral on Bitcoin and I'm bearish on altcoins, basically, right? That's kind of my mantra right now. For me to get excited with Bitcoin, I want to see a breakout. Give me this, right? Give me a breakout of here. I'll be excited for a breakout for Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin, it's hard to get super excited over this move. You know what I mean? Like, you're kind of just lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. We get a breakout in here. We make a higher high. Let's go, man. I'll be super pumped. But I'm not gonna get euphoric off every single little green candle in here. You know what I mean? Like, it's sort of a wait and see, right? This is not really anything right now. So if we're like, oh my God, Jordan didn't know what we're going to do yesterday. It's like, okay, Bitcoin's up 2% today. Let's slow the roll a little bit, but no, right now I'm sort of in that wait and see. Now, am I selling my Bitcoin right here? Hell no, I'm not selling my Bitcoin. I ain't selling my Bitcoin at any price lower than where I want to sell it at this point. This is the year of accumulation, man, right? So Bitcoin, Ethereum, I'm holding that shit, right? Because I've always said this is the year we want to be stacking as much Bitcoin and as much Ethereum as possible, right? And that's Bitcoin and as much Ethereum as possible. But yeah, that's sort of my take. Let's see. You bearish on QNT? I mean, we can look at the QNT chart. Listen, I don't want to... We can look at the QNT chart. Let's take a look at QNT. So we're going to nitpick the one altcoin that pumped. All right, so QNT. Let's see what we got. I mean, it got a nice pump today, 15%. That's nice. like it's cool, right? I'm hip with it. I'm hip, but you still made a lower high at least at the moment, right? If Bitcoin gets another little pump, hey, let's go, man. We'll get a little excited for QNT in here, but at the moment, I mean, as it stands at the moment, right? That could change. You still got lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, right? And this is the one that pumped the most today. You know what I mean? Like, right? That's the one that pumped the most. If we look at any of the other ones, and listen, I'm not here to like just look at these and be like, look at this, right? But I mean, look at the top ones, man. I mean, this is the pump we got with AVAX today. You can't even see it, right? Doge, right? I mean, cool. I need to see a little bit more strength for the altcoins, right? I need to see strength. I'm not going to get euphoric over, a 2% move up on the altcoin. Oh, Lord. Let's see. When Moon, why not 100K? Drew, I'm waiting for When Moon, man. Shit. I'm waiting for When Moon. But, no, I'm not trying to be super negative. I'm just not going to get euphoric over a little bit of a move, right? I think that this is a nice little move up, right? This is a nice little move up, but we need to see something else, right? We need to see something other than, okay, we're pumping, but we're just making a lower high, right? I need to see something else. Give me a little bit more juice. Give me a little bit more pickle juice. You know what I mean? Let's see. Algo's holding strong like AVAX. Let's go. Shout out to Drew though. It's always good to see. It's good to see Drew in the chat though. When Moon is that guy who owns the Korean restaurant in town. No, When Moon is the. I wonder how When Moon looks now. You guys ever see the meme of When Moon, and in his yearbook at school? I wonder how When Moon looks now, man. Right? Let's see. I don't know, man. Did When Moon he might own the Korean restaurant. I don't know what he did, man. Look at this price action for Bitcoin, man. You got some gnarly price action all day. Here we are in stream. Boop. It's a little heartbeat in here. It's a little heartbeat. But yeah, for Bitcoin in the short term, if like we broke this, I like to use trend lines, but we broke this trend line in here. If we dump back in here, yeah, it's a classic little deviation in here, man. So it's, to be honest, like you stopping right here, you stopping right here and not squeezing higher in here was kind of like, right? Especially if you start breaking back into here, it's kind of lackluster. Like it's kind of lackluster. Nobody seems to really call when it's toppy anymore. I would say, like, I don't know. I guess to me at this point, guys, I've sort of been saying this. I don't really care about the super short term time frame moves. Like, it's whatever, right? I care more about the bigger moves, So for me at this point, right, if Bitcoin comes back into like below 25K again, I'm looking to scoop up more BTC. If it doesn't, cool, let's ride this out. And that's just kind of how I'm playing it right now. But at the current moments, the basic, I mean, just the most simple way you can look at Bitcoin right now is above these levels, right? It's hard to be super bearish above this support, right? It's hard to be super bearish above this support. It's a macro support level. It's hard to be super bearish right there, right? I can't be like over the top bearish at a huge macro support level, right? But at the same time, if Bitcoin dipped back into here, I think that's when you got to get a little bit skeptical. If Bitcoin deviated back into the range, right? So if you had high, you broke out, but then you just dumped right back in, that's when you get a little skeptical and it's like, that's not looking too great. But at the moment, it's hard to be, at least on the high time frames, right? At the 1 hour time frame, okay. But on the high time frames, if we just look at the weekly, it's hard to be like uber bearish, like super bearish on Bitcoin. By the way, this is Bitcoin, right at the weekly support, right? Let's see. Alex said, what's your top holdings now? Dude, I am almost all in Bitcoin and ETH at the moment. I do still hold some Litecoin and I still hold some XRP. Other than that, I am balls to the wall in Bitcoin and Ethereum at the current moment, man. And honestly, like now that Bitcoin dominance broke to the upside, I'm probably going to be staying that way until Bitcoin, like how the cycles usually work is the altcoins, like they usually don't go parabolic, what everyone wants. Like no one's in an altcoin for a 2x. You want the parabolic move for the altcoin. It usually doesn't happen until Bitcoin gets up here, and then in the news headlines, everyone's like, Bitcoin's close to all-time highs, and then the retail flushes back in, right? Retail flushes back in. Oh my God, I missed out on Bitcoin. Let me buy these altcoins that are low, right? And then that's when the altcoins start to go up, right? So like at least that's my plan. I could be wrong. Listen, it is what it is. But like for me, where we stand right now, the risk reward on alts, the risk reward's better on Bitcoin for me, right? But that's about where we're at. It's about where we're at. Let's see. I'm a Wojak Maxi. Let's go, Drew. Let's frickin' go, man.
Rant alert.
Let's see. Irish food. Isn't Irish food just some form of potatoes boiled for 12 hours? Dude, Irish food is take a potato, take some corned beef, and put it in a pot. Put some carrots in there. Put it in the pot. And let it roast. Boom! Irish food. It's the easiest thing. And trust me, I'm Irish, so like I can make fun of Irish food. Irish food is probably... I mean, yeah, dude, it's... Okay, what else can we call Irish food? I don't know. A Reuben? I don't even know if that's... A Reuben sandwich, which is also corned beef, right? Okay. Reuben sandwiches are good, though. But all it is corned beef, some sauerkraut on there, and some Thousand Island dressing. Boom, there we go. Oh, man. Irish food is better than British food? I don't even know what British food is, Drew. We can't even go there. And bore it for 12 hours straight. There we go. What else do we cook over there in Ireland? I don't know, man. Is chicken pot pie? I think that was American creation. And then there was what's the beef one? Shepherd's pie? Shepherd's pie? I think that might be American too. You just don't know because like America basically the U.S. just takes everyone else's food and makes it their own. Which is pretty much what the U.S. does with everything, I guess. But yeah. Let's see. Am I Irish? Yeah, dude. I am Irish. I am Italian. I am Syrian. I am. So I can talk like this and not get cancelled. Because I am Italian. Shout out to all the Karens who cannot cancel me because I am Italian. Joke's on you. But yeah. That's what we got. But yeah, those are my top alts, my top holdings, Alex C. Shout out to Alex C, man. But those are my top holdings at the moment, bro. I'm not really holding much. I don't really feel the reason to at the moment. Shepherd's pie is also British. Let's see. Shepherd's pie is definitely Irish. What's the difference between British and Irish? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I know there is a difference, trust me. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like they'd be doing similar things. Drew said I have Native American and French. That's an interesting combo, man. That is an interesting combo. Syrian? Yeah, dude. I am part Syrian. My nose, you can kind of probably tell with my nose. My nose is pretty big. It's pretty fat. Clearly not by my skin complexion. Can you notice that I am Syrian? Clearly not by the skin complexion. Let's see. AVAX will reach 500 plus for sure. Maybe one day, man. Maybe one day. Maybe one day we can come back to this and say, yes, we will do it. What else went up today? Pepe had a nice little pump. He kind of retraced half the move already. I mean, really, Pepe's kind of the same thing, right? I mean, the trend, Pepe got a nice little move up today, but the trend, at least for now, is kind of just, like move up to the 50 EMA, swing fail it, dump below, come up to it, rejected, come up to it, swing fail it, right? So it's kind of just like, it's just out of the same thing going down. So like, yeah, it's a nice little pump, but we're going to need Bitcoin to do a little bit more for Pepe to kind of continue up here. Blur had a nice little pump up today, but at the same time, like it dumped. Like we got to understand about some of these is like this one dumped 50% in the last week. In the last 2 weeks, it's dumped 50%. So for it to get a 20% retrace is totally normal at the moment, right? So and even this one, you kind of came up. We'll see if this comes back and tests. The key for this one is going to be for a lot of these alts that broke out the 4 hours. We want to see a retest now. Retest and hold. If these can retest and hold, hey man, we could see some higher prices. But we've kind of seen this a lot of just like, oh, boom, and then right back to the downside. But yeah, and that was really it. Everything else is mostly flat on the day. Some things up like 3%, 2%, 1%. But overall, a pretty flat day besides a few alts. Let's see. Drew said, if it goes down 90%, can it do another 90%? Yes, it can. It certainly can, especially after Gensler comes after it too. Like Gensler did a dirty to the altcoins, man. He definitely did a dirty to the altcoins, but we gotta live with it. We gotta live with it, man. What's everyone doing this weekend, guys? Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, by the way. I will be gone for this weekend, so I won't see you guys until Monday night because I'm going to see my dad this weekend. So shout out to all the fathers out there. I bet a lot of you guys are dads. Let me know in the chat if you're a dad. Let me know in the chat if you are a dad. Shout out to you.
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
Shout out to you. Probably a lot of you guys, actually. Probably, I would say, probably 30 to 40% of you guys are dads in the chat. I just based off the age demographic, and sort of that. A lot of dads in the chat, man. John's going to go to bed. Later, John. John, you go to bed? You must have been up early this morning. Spencer's a dad. Shout out to the dads. Can we get a little funky for the dads? I think we should. Let's get a little funky. Look at all the dads. Dads to the moon, baby. Your kids love you. I hope you guys are cool dads and not Roberts. Okay? Let your kids have some fun. Don't coddle them. The more you coddle them, the more they'll go crazy when they leave. Come on. Not a dad. Validrek's not a dad. Andrew Cameron's 4th Father's Day. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Anderson's my daddy. Anderson, I don't know if you want... Anderson's my daddy. Oh, Lord. I thought Clinty was my daddy. Where's Clinty, man? I haven't seen Clinty in the chat all night. I know he's in there, though. I know he's in there listening. He's probably typing in the Discord. Oh, Lord. Let's see. Judge hates being a dad. Daddy all day. Who else we got in here? I'm different for sure. Nice. My son is 24. So no cuddling. What the hell? Yeah, you don't want to be cuddling with the 24-year-old son, man. Big Poppy. Nice. 17th Dad's Day right here. Nice, dude. 17th Dad's Day? Woo! Man. 17 years old. For a guy and a girl, that's a nice age. You know? Let's see. By nice, I mean probably, I don't know. Like I said, I am not a parent, but in your opinion, for all the dads out there, what is the worst age so far for your child? Put it in the chat. Like, what was the worst age where they were just a pain in the ass? Let me know. Let's see. Tell me who that music's by. I can certainly do it. You just got to say please, man. It's Funk on the Beach by John Prestone. Prestone? Might be Prestone. I don't know. Prestone. He might be Italian too, just like me. Prestone. Oh, Lord. All right, we're back to crab on BTC. That was fun today. That was a fun little pump today. We're back to crab mode. 2 to 4, 3, 14, 16, 17, 13, and 15. Yeah, that early teen stage I can see being pretty tough, man. Those early teens, because they still act like a kid, but then they think that they're an adult. Oh, my Lord. I could see that age being kind of annoying. And then, like, when they, in like 2 to 4, that's probably an annoying one, too. I'm just basing it off my brother. I'm just basing it off my brother, what I remember. Like 2 to 4, when they start talking, and when they start walking, right? Because then you have to watch them 24/7. It's not like before you just put them on their back and they just kind of go. No, when they start walking, you got to watch them every 2 seconds. Oh Lord, that's probably a bad one too. Let's see. Kennedy said, I got a 6-year-old that calls me the opening song, the Bitcoin song, and she likes to say, "Strap up, we're going to the moon."
Strap up, we're going to the moon.
Kennedy, I gotta watch my mouth, because sometimes I say some skeptical things on here. I definitely say some skeptical things on here. So now that I know that your 6-year-old is watching, I am going to at least attempt to not talk about Bob doing some crazy stuff, you know. But Kennedy, shout out to Kennedy, man.
I got a
one more time for you.
Strap up, we're going to the moon.
And she likes to say,
she's amazing. She has been amazing, man.
In the air.
I love it.
She is amazing.
I love it, Kennedy.
She has been
I love the
amazing,
positivity, man.
Love her.
Of course you do. Of course you do. Of course you love her. Of course you do. That was very heartfelt, Kennedy, man. I'll let's see. I'm gonna try to press that more often, and I'm gonna try to not talk about Bob doing some crazy stuff in the chat. Oh man. All right, guys. Besides that, I mean, we a lot of it's the same, man. A lot of it's the same. We had the dollar get a slight little bounce today, but the dollar on the weekly is looking pretty shady here. If we go back over to the dollar, let's look at the dollar real quick. As we know that Bitcoin's usually inversely correlated to it. Hasn't really been like that for the last few months, but we'll take a look at it anyways. The dollar has now got back to, so we talked about the 702 retracement to the upside. We got a perfect rejection off that. Now we do the opposite. Now we're back down at the retracement levels at the bottom. Okay, now we're back at the bottom here, right at the 702. We actually got a slight little bounce off the 702 today. So now it's kind of like, okay, what's the dollar going to do next week? Is next week going to be a pullback week for stocks, and how will that affect Bitcoin if the dollar comes back up and gets a little bounce next week? That's the big question. Overall, I'm still bearish on the dollar. I still think the dollar is going lower. It's just a matter of, do we see one more move up before a low, or do we see this just kind of come down? That's the question next week, but we are at this level, so this is where I would look for a bounce if we were to get one. on the US dollar. Overall, though, I am still looking for the dollar to eventually make it to some lower prices in here. As like if you look at the dollar in here, right? I mean, it's kind of just a big deviation. If you start breaking into here, it's kind of like the Bitcoin chart. It's like boom, boom, deviation, right? And if this comes back into here, it's kind of like, oh man. But yeah, the dollar, I think the dollar had its run last year, and I think it's going to start coming back down to the mean, continuing back down to the mean throughout this year, which it's kind of been that case for this year. So that's it on the dollar, right? Not too much to say about that, since honestly, it hasn't really been affecting Bitcoin too much as of recently. But we're going to keep checking it. Why? Because we know what works. It's just a weird time. It's a very weird time. So that's the dollar. We talked about Bitcoin dominance. ETH dominance continuing. Actually, ETH dominance getting a slight pullback this week. It is up today. ETH dominance coming down a little bit, so just keep an eye on that. ETH BTC also getting rejected. That's coming back down. So it's really this Bitcoin dominance that is coming up like this. Bitcoin dominance coming up. That's the story for this week, is how high is Bitcoin dominance going to go, right? And is Bitcoin dominance going to go up because the Bitcoin price is going up, right? Where basically you're seeing money come out of stable coins into Bitcoin, right? And Bitcoin's pumping more than altcoins. Is that the reason why Bitcoin dominance is going to continue up? I hope that's the reason. Or is it going to be option number 2, where altcoins are getting sold off to an oblivion, Bitcoin's getting sold off a little bit? That's the question that we don't know yet. I'm hoping for option number 2, to see Bitcoin kind of rise, altcoins rise as well, just Bitcoin more. But this is big, man. This is breaking out of a 2-year range where it's just been up, down, up, down, up, down. This is the thing we need to pay attention to right here. So, which is pretty crazy. And I'm looking for 52. 52 just makes the most sense on the chart. But yeah, I think that's what we got. That's what we got to work with. We got BlackRock. Don't be changing the don't be changing the R to a C. You might get a chicken that pops up on Google. And yeah, that's what we got, guys. FedCoin says, no, I want 3K BTC. I'm sure you do, man, but you got to understand, if Bitcoin went to 3K, I'm going to be honest with you. If Bitcoin went to 3K, you probably, you say that now, but I know how this works. I've been doing this for a while. If Bitcoin went to 3K, 1, you probably wouldn't even be here anymore. And 2, you wouldn't buy Bitcoin at 3K. You would be scared shitless. Because here's the thing. If Bitcoin went to 3K, you would need some crazy shit to go down. Basically, for Bitcoin to go to 3K, you would probably need Binance to sell all their Bitcoin. That would probably mean that Sailor's getting liquidated. And it would be a ghost town. It would be a literal ghost town in crypto. And you would probably not buy it at 3K. I'm telling you right now. You say it now, but it's different when you get there. And I always like to say that. You say, because you guys know how it is, right? Remember when Bitcoin was at 69K and it's like, man, if Bitcoin ever went to 20K again, I'm gonna mortgage my house. I'm gonna sell everything to get in Bitcoin. And then what happens? Bitcoin comes all the way to 20K and no one wants to buy it. You know what I mean? Like, it's always different when you get there, right? So Bitcoin's at 26K now. It's easy to say, okay, Bitcoin goes to 3K. I'm going all in. No, you won't. No, you won't. You won't buy any. You won't buy any Bitcoin there because you're going to be bearish. You know what I mean? And that's just kind of how the market works. It would be a little ghost town. It would be a bloodbath. No one would be buying, because for it to get to 3K, that means no one's buying. You know what I mean? So you don't want Bitcoin going to 3K. As much as you might believe in Bitcoin, I mean, you don't want it going to 3K. You don't want that, man. Exactly. Uken said, "Be careful what you wish for." Yeah, you don't want that to happen, man. And basically, if Bitcoin went to 3K, everything would implode in crypto, and there'd probably be something going on in the world that would also cause that as well. Which, yeah, you wouldn't want that. Dan said, "I'm selling my wife. I'm selling my damn wife. Let's go." Let's see. Drago's calling your bluff. I am calling the bluff. You know, and then maybe he does, but you know, for the majority of people, when it's like, man, I really want Bitcoin to go to this low price. It's easy to say when it's higher, right? But when it gets there, if it was that easy, the price wouldn't even get there because everyone would be buying the price. You know what I mean? Hamilton, peace out, bro. Peace out, Hamilton. Let's see. Anderson said, yes, I will. It's easy to say now, right? It's easy to say. Like, even me, I'd be like, bro, if Bitcoin went to 3K, I'm scooping all that shit up. But you don't know why it's going to 3K. You know what I mean? Like, that would be crazy, man. You know? That would be crazy. Judge said, I'm so effing bored. Oh my God, help me. Dude, I'm with you, man. I'm with you, man. Bitcoin had some price action all day today. And look at the last few hours. It's almost like, oh, Jordan's hopping on soon. Let's just stop right here. And let's just chill out. You know? That's what we got, though. But hey, it's going to be continue to be that until we see Bitcoin break out. Like, we basically need Bitcoin to, like, get a weekly close below 25K. Or we need Bitcoin to, like, break out of this wedge to get any action. Everything else is just going to be... You know, like, just up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. That's what we got there. Dan said coincidence. That ain't no coincidence. You know it's not a coincidence. You know it's not a coincidence. Man. Sibling said KDA, please. I mean, we can check it out, man. It's. Listen, I'm not gonna. It's gonna look like every other altcoin chart, man. You know, but we could take a quick look. KDA. Let's take a look. So we got Cadena. All right. Well, it got a bounce today. Like, so it's all about time frame, right? So okay, we go to the 4-hour chart. We might be euphoric right now. Look at the 4-hour chart. Look at it, right? Massive pump on the 4-hour. Woo! Look at that, right? Look at the 4-hour chart. That's a massive pump, right? But but once again, it's just the trend, right? What's the trend, man? What's the trend? What's the trend, right? It's just up. Rejection, up, rejection, up, rejection, 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 rejection. It's just constant rejection off the 50 EMA over and over and over and over and over again, right? So like, okay, we got a little bounce today. And like, I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. I'm just being a realist. There's a difference between being a Debbie Downer and just being a realist, right? You guys know me. I'm not no perma bear. I want to be bullish. I don't like being bearish. I don't. It sucks, right? But this is what we got. It's just lower highs, higher lows, lower highs. And every little green candle, we're like, whoa, we're going up. And then it just makes a lower high, right? So, and then we go to the weekly, and it's like, okay, here we are. And it's just a falling knife, right? It's a fallen knife. That's what it is. You know, he said, don't zoom out. It even looks worse when you zoom out. You don't. That's just what it is. This is what it is, right? You know, and I'm not just picking on Cadena. Like that's what it is on everything. That's what it is on every single thing. We can bring up any chart. They all pretty much look like this, even though Cadena looks kind of worse than most things, to be honest. Let's see. More rejections than you in the club. Facts. Facts. Let's see. KDA will scale down to 0 on 20 chains. Nice, Frank. Let's see. Hate to be bearish, but look at it. I mean, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Let's see. Any opinion on Axie Infinity? I mean, if you like gaming stuff, right, and you're willing to hold it until next year, I mean, I think you'll be okay. It's just, like how long are you willing to hold that, All right, let's go check out Axie. Axie Infinity. Let's see what we got. Axie. Oh, my. Well, I mean, I'll have to say, listen, if you're listen, if you love this project and you think Axie is the greatest thing in the world, okay, by all means, if you think Axie is going to change the world, right, with its game, right? Hey, man, and you could stomach more losses until next year. By all means, man. It's just like, and I know some people are going to be like, I'm not watching Jordan anymore. He's just a bear on altcoins. It's just, dude, it's just being a realist. It's not. Like, look at this chart. Like, what do you want me to say? It looks bullish. Like, I don't know, man. I'd be lying to you if I said this looks bullish, man. Like, there was a time where, okay, you had this support right here. You might have said, okay, maybe you're at support. Let's take a chance. But as soon as this broke, it's like, man, like, it's got no support, man. It's just gone. It's just gone. Where is it gonna stop? I don't know. You just don't know, man. And listen, I'm not trying to sit up here and be like, your altcoin sucks. I'm just being a realist, man. Right? And for me, I would rather wait for some strength. So for me, like, if I'm just taking the Axie chart, which I'm not interested in Axie, I'm not trying to buy no Axie, but if I would rather just wait till it reclaims back above this support. Show me some strength. Show me you deserve some of my money. You know what I mean? Get back above this support and then start to hold it for a little bit. All right, I'm in. But down here, it's kind of like, I don't know down here, man. But like I said, if you're willing to just hold on to it, and you're a believer in Axie, you're a believer in the crypto 4-year cycle, bro, do whatever you need to do. Do whatever you need to do. Like I said, this is the year you want to be accumulating stuff. Just make sure you're doing it at smart levels, right? That's kind of like the caveat there. It's like, you want to be accumulating stuff this year, just make sure you're doing it smartly. Doing it at smart levels. It is what it is. Let's see. Everyone's just saying, run from Axie. Listen, it is what it is, man. And this is why I don't really want to look at altcoin charts right now, guys, because I don't want to be this Debbie Downer guy. But I'm not going to sit up here and be like, man, this thing's bullish. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to be Rand the man being like, bro, get an Axie right now. Like, I'm not going to do it. Can you chart PulseChain? PulseChain. Let's look. I actually haven't looked at PulseChain a little bit. PulseChain. What do we got? Is this it? Oh, it actually got on some exchanges, man. It actually got on some exchanges. Oh, wait. Why is there a difference between PLS? Are those different? Is PLS different than... Oh, that's Pluto. Okay, I guess this is the chart. So this is the chart? Excuse me. I'm burping up a storm over here. Yeah, I mean, so this one too, here we are, right? So we broke out of the 50 EMA and the 4-hour. Great, cool. But now's the tough part, because now we got to come back down and retest. If we can hold this on a retest, make a higher low, all right, cool. Then you change market structure. Now you got higher lows. But it's still at the moment, right? It's still a downtrend, right? It's still just, you get a little spike up, you get a little excited. Oh, okay, lower high, it comes down. Oh, it spikes up, you can make it another lower high, it comes down, right? That's just what it is. But if this can come down and hold as a higher low, right? So we got a low, we hold a higher low, and then all of a sudden, damn, we got some change in market structure. Then we start to be a little bullish, right? At least that's the way I'm looking at it. You know what I mean? So, and you kind of right at the resistance right here. Or you just came and tested this low right there, right? So this low now turned into resistance. Can you get back above there? If you can, then you're looking pretty good. But this one actually, this is the 4-hour chart, by the way. This is not the weekly, so like don't think this is like a high time frame. This is a 4-hour chart. But yeah, I mean, out of all the alts, the 4-hour time frame, this one looks okay. We just want to make a higher low in here now. Boom, higher low, boom, we can play this up. You know. I have hope that everyone will sell. No, you don't want everyone to sell, man. Listen, this is what it is. We need Bitcoin to catch a bid, man. We need Bitcoin to catch a bid, and then these altcoin charts will look a lot better. If we can get Bitcoin to start moving up again, these will start looking very, very good. It's just the crab action for Bitcoin's kind of killing them out, right? Because the problem with Bitcoin goes sideways is that kills all hype of crypto. And we know the altcoins move off hype. So as Bitcoin kind of just goes sideways, the problem is you got retail starts to leave, right? And retail's mostly holding altcoins, right? And as retail leaves, the altcoins just kind of bleed out as Bitcoin goes sideways. So that's kind of what we're going through right now, is that lack of hype and that lack of kind of enthusiasm. And you guys know how it is. All it takes sometimes is that big green candle on Bitcoin to get people excited again. That's all it takes. It's just what's going to cause that big green candle. You got a nice little move up today, but we got some work to do. We do. Let's see. But like that's why like I don't really want to look at the altcoin charts. It's just it's not inducive to anything at the moment, in my opinion. Okay, you pull up a 1-hour chart, we take some longs, we take some shorts, cool. But in the high time frames, they're just I'd rather just look at the total 3 chart, right? So total 3 minus stablecoins. This is basically what I'm looking at. So we're holding this January low, holding that nicely, and but like the issue, like the problem that we have is okay, we got a nice little bounce. Bitcoin got a nice little bounce, but what happens if this rolls over again, right? What happens if Bitcoin rolls over again? Just a hypothetical. We don't know, right? But if Bitcoin rolls over again, what happens to this? We'll see, right? We'll see. Overall, you guys know my take. I think this is going to continue up here. It's this bad boy is going to continue up. Let's see. Others chart is good too, Mr. Hart. I haven't looked at others in a while. Others. Oh yeah, this one's good too. It's pretty much this. Yeah, it's pretty much the same chart. This one was good too. It's like as soon as you broke that June low, it was like, rank. And now we're kind of at this tough point back down at the lows. It's like, all right, here we are. We're back down here. But this one's interesting. I actually would think that this one would actually take out this low. Kind of like how the other one did. But we'll see. We just don't know. It's a weird spot to be in at the moment. And, we'll play it out. But, like, I'm focused on high-term time frames right now. It's, as long as we kind of hold these weekly highs on Bitcoin, I think we're good. I don't think altcoins would go significantly lower unless Bitcoin broke 25K. And that's kind of my thought process. Let's see. Let's see. Smack the likes at Kennedy. Shout out to Kennedy, man. But anyways, guys. Oh, come on, BTC. Not doing anything. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna. Oh, we got the daily close already, by the way. We didn't even look at it, man.
The daily close.
It's the daily close. So we had Bitcoin close right at that 30 EMA, or Clinty's favorite 20 EMA, but right at the 30 EMA, right? Haven't really gone anywhere yet, right? Good move up today. Still lower high. Let's get some more juice. It's a holiday weekend this weekend, so sometimes the weekends are usually pretty shady. But with the holiday weekends, just know there's a lot of shadiness because the stock market's closed on Monday, and sometimes the Wall Streeters can come in and say, let's manipulate crypto a little bit. So just be aware of that. It is a holiday weekend, and we'll kind of see where Bitcoin ends up with. But we're right back at the points where we got a few resistances or rejections from the last few times Bitcoin's got to move up. So I think I'm going to call it a stream on this Friday night, guys. I'm going to go enjoy my Friday night. Like I said, I'll be gone until Monday night, right? I'll be gone until Monday night. And so that's the next time you'll see me. Happy Father's Day. Spend time with your dads. If you are a dad, spend time with your kids, or force your kids to spend time with you. And if they don't spend time with you, well, you can give them a little spanking. Give me a little spanking. My dad would give me a spanking. And I don't blame him for it, we're not going to go there. Anyways, peace. Later, guys. Have a fantastic Friday night, guys. Open some Bud Lights. Open some Miller Lights. Open some Mike's Hard Lemonades. No sugar. Make sure you get the no sugar ones. Make those tacos. Make those burritos. Make that mac and cheese. Cook those dino tendies. And I'll see you guys Monday night. Let's go, baby.
The daily close.
Let's see where we are over the weekend, fellas. Later.